Impossible. Rent Episode 1, Expedition Crypto Reality. Available on Vimeo.com.
So today on the Bigfoot Researchers Journal, we're out in our research area. We're going to be checking the area that this footage was shot. Check this out, it's a Florida skunk ape. You see that? Yeah, man. So we're going to go out here today where this was filmed, and we're going to check the area out and see if anybody's still hanging around. Stick around, man. It's going to be a good episode. Oh, and guess who's back? That's pretty incredible, right? Looking at what it is and what it represents is visual evidence that these creatures are there, and we're doing this and showing you these things and at a rate and at a degree that there really shouldn't be any question at this point. This footage is from 168, man. About a year ago, Kerry was fed up with trying to find stabilized footage, and what his idea of what the footage was, and he flat out told me, take this drive, I don't want it anymore. And so I ended up with 12 terabytes, all 12 terabytes of 168. And what we're doing is carrying on with what I think Kerry would have wanted, which was what I told him I was going to do, which was at some point I'm going to go through that footage and I'll put a movie out on crypto reality with it. And so this is the beginning. I looked at 2 clips. They were shot by, I believe, by Lost Cryptids Conservatory guy named Blake Duescher is the one who shot this, and looking at what was going on and watching the raw footage, you can see that this guy's very uncomfortable, and so let's take a look at that raw footage right now, and so you can get a feel for what these guys were going through.
Black hole. Go left more. There's another black hole. It was just right in there. I saw a little twink. Oh, there's a firefly right there. They don't land into it. Well, Christopher, there's only one way to find out if there's a Bigfoot in there. Get Chad over here and run in.
Okay, go ahead.
It's beautiful.
It does, doesn't it? It's a beautiful day for a hike, sweetheart.
It is, babe.
Yeah. So, again, that's where they live, in there. And they're out in that prairie somewhere right now. So we're going to try to do some long distance shooting too today. We've got the cameras, and did you hear that? Did you hear a bull?
No. But
I want to see if that's on the Osmo audio, because I just heard one.
I don't doubt it.
Yeah.
This place has grown up a little bit more from all the cutting down that they were doing. During that eco-engineering, we definitely noticed the Bigfoot got a lot more aggressive, which is very understandable. If somebody's messing up in your house, you're going to get a little aggressive. During that time, I was hit in the ear by a rock. But again, I really understood.
It was hard too.
It was very hard.
It pelted her, man.
It pelted and it stung, and it
left a big welt on the side of your head, man.
It really hurt for a while, but again, I really understood their behavior because people were obviously coming in, tearing down their where they live, and they were getting more aggressive. So it's all very understandable. But again, it's just nice to see the growth again. And
It's coming back.
So it feels good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And we're taking a look at a piece of footage that was shot in 2021. It's actually incredible. You can see the creature right there, staring back at the camera. This is shot with a psionics, and so we're actually getting the creature's real color. You're seeing its white skin because there's no sunlight interfering, causing the phenomenon that we teach you about, right? So if we go and we look, what we end up with is what actually is a white-skinned human primate with hair. His eyes are going to be in this area here. We're going to review this. This is some incredible footage, man. When you guys see some of what is in this, you're going to be blown away. It looks a little blurry right now. Well, just wait, because when we start getting into this back section here, man, you can see this whole creature's face, his whole head, everything. And what we're looking at is right here, and the top of the head is right here. And this is just bushes. He's got some bushes in his face. And then you can see him right back in there. There he is. And then this is his nose. Right here is the top of his nose. This is his nostrils. And his cheeks are right here. And he's watching, I believe it was Blake. You can actually see eye shine right there where his eyes are going back and forth inside there. 1 and 2. Now, whatever spectrum this particular camera's putting out, it's certainly able to pick up the natural colorations of the creatures. There's a tiny bit of distortion occasionally across one side of the face, and I think this side of the face is pretty exposed, and so it's not suffering that. This could be a creature in here. We're not sure yet. The rest of the footage is inconclusive, but we know for sure we've got him. And just looking at him, he's about 60 feet from, I think it's Blake, and Blake is hanging out with Christopher Noel during this clip. They're sitting in my research area in the spot that we've had probably over 100 encounters, and you can see the creature's actually moving right there. You can see his nose and his head moving. As we progress, we're going to get some incredible frames, but we've got what is essentially what these guys are looking for. And now I could tell you I've watched this footage, and as a researcher who studies other researchers' techniques when they're in the field, I take people in the field with me all the time. Here's a great shot. This is the creature right here. You can see its white skin. That's its left cheek. And you can even see a little eye shine up where the eye is. This is going to be the nose, the nostril area. It's just a cheekbone. The creature's right here. Here's a great frame where you can actually see his nose really good, but he's right here. And so the white skin on this guy is like something that's different. You know, we didn't know this. Even though I saw one that was that color, I didn't think that it was across the board that these things, there's a whole bunch of them that have this white skin. We now know this. You can see this creature staring right at the camera. Now Blake's sitting there with the psionics. He knows there's something there. He's focused on that area, but he doesn't understand. It's further down. He senses something. You can tell in the footage. Look at this creature just sitting there watching, little white-skinned Homo sapien. It's insane, man. This is real. This is what went on during 168 when those guys were talking about, man, we had all kinds of stuff in the bushes around us. Yeah, here it is. The examination has just begun. You can see that little sucker in there. It's crazy, man. But this is awesome. I'm really glad that that Kerry gave me the footage. I'm about doing this, and so I'm going to start reviewing this footage from 168, and we're going to see what else we come up with. But I can tell you right now, the frames that are in this are awesome. I mean, this is what it is, and they're only about 60 feet away, like I said. If you really look, you can see eye shine and facial movement through this. Look at this shot right here. Here's a Bigfoot, a white-skinned anthropoid, a white-skinned Homo sapiens cognatus right there, man. And we've added Floridanus to the back of it. But this is the guy. You can see his eyes shine in both eyes, and his head's up here. You can even see a little bit of the hair coming off his head, man. It's nuts. And you know, he's sitting in there watching Blake and Christopher Noel. How about that?
Yeah. So this is kind of a first expedition out for me in quite a while, and kind of pulled my boots up and said, okay, it's time for me to get back on the horse, and kind of doing it in honor of Kerry. You know, I got to turn this stuff around and get back into getting some stuff done here. So I'm committed to getting back out here and getting back on the horse, and that's all due to Mark really feeding me very well through this sickness that's been unbelievable. I've had Lyme's disease, and COVID really exacerbated everything, and it really took me out for like 3 years. So, and I honestly really thank Kerry for being here for Mark during that time, because I was really unavailable, and Kerry really helped Mark stay engaged in the work. And Kerry, I'd like to thank you for doing that, and it's in honor of you that I'm getting back on the horse. I don't want Mark to be alone anymore. So I really do appreciate what you did for Mark when I was not available. So, big putting on.
He loves you too, man.
I love you, man.
Have a good day.
You too. So, we've been coming out to this area for 8 years now, and we've had some really major experiences on this track, especially up at the crossroads. It's the area where Mark basically got electrocuted and thought he was going to have a heart attack. It was our first night expedition. It was a Halloween expedition, I think. And it was really something else. The other one that really comes right up to par with that is our night encounter with Scott here. And during that experience, there was a whole group of Sasquatch, and there was such an ominous presence that night. And it was probably the scariest experience, because I think there were so many of them, and like, that was just crazy.
I can't tell you how much bad stuff has happened out here. This place is, I mean, man, you get out here at night and it is so freaked out, because they're just moving everywhere around you, and it's like, you know, there's nothing you can do about it except be uncomfortable and keep shooting footage. You know, they're gonna do what they're gonna do, and as you can see from, you know, some of those shots, man, they're getting really close to the researchers.
This is also the location where we found the trackway, over 700 tracks, and that was again during our first year. We're shared amongst 4 different individuals, and that was such a major experience, I think, because, you know, seeing, it was over like 600 yards, wasn't it, that we found those footprints that they had walked through the mud, and it was really something else.
Yeah, so what I've seen out here is really scary, and it's not something that I think most people would even really want to know exists. What lives in this area is not just those creatures like what we just reviewed on the film. There are some legitimate monsters out here, and I think that's really what's going on with the validation of Sasquatch. If they all were like Patty, I don't think we'd be having this conversation right now. What we've learned in the last 2 years since we've been up in the observation game is that there's a high likelihood that Patty wasn't even near full grown. All right, so this is the area the footage was shot. We've literally had about, I don't know, 100 experiences or so right here, right? This is where the tree was pushed down and there was electronic interference on the camera. This is the exact same spot. So the footage of the creature sitting right here is where we're filming, and then down here in that little outcropping is where the creature was sitting. Now, it was on the ground. Now I'm going to do a size comparison, so you stay right here for 1 second. And I'm going to go down here, and then we're going to compare my size to the creature on film.
So keep in mind as you look at this that I'm wearing a bright yellow shirt and a big hat, and you still can't tell that I'm not a part of the environment. No wonder they're so hard to see. But as we can see from the footage, my entire upper body is about the size of the individual's head.
We can barely see you.
So you could barely see me?
Yes, we could barely see you. Like from your shoulders up, we could see, but you were like really enmeshed in the bush, even with your yellow shirt.
Well, so you can kind of get an idea. And now we're going to compare it to the footage, and we're going to try to put the footage side by side so you guys can see my size and the size of this individual, because we are shooting from the approximate distance the footage was shot.
I see Mark. Hey, I see you, Mark. I see your hand wave. Trying to find you on the camera.
It's real easy to look at a shot like this and not understand the scale, the scope, the size of this area. So we do shots like this from time to time where I'm walking through, so you can get a real perspective on the size of some of these individuals who are documented on film. Let's take a look at one right now.
I'm not wearing snake boots. We're in the shit. We're walking through. This is where they live. And it's not comfortable being in here at all. I don't even know if we can get through. I'm not wearing snake boots. We're in the shit. There are laydowns all through this place. Melanie's back on the levee filming, and I'm going through a saw comb in a hammock. I've already injured my knee. I've been hiking about 1 minute and 20 seconds. Stepped in a hole. We can barely see Melanie back over there. Right up there on the levee. So this is the prairie where we find the giant tracks, and I'm just walking out here towards these two trees to check them out because I saw that two trees were snapped in half like 20 feet off the ground. So I want to go investigate those and just see what's going on there. Look at these trees broke off.
When Mel and I got up on the levee, the first thing we saw were these two big broken pine trees. So I approached the area, and you can see the tree is broken off. Actually, both of them you can see right there. It appeared that they were snapped off, and the tree was actually lying on the ground. They just appeared to have been broken in half mysteriously. Both of them.
There's Mark coming back in. Are you coming up roadside here, dude?
Yes, the familiar path.
Yes. Did you hurt yourself?
I did actually hurt myself. It's bad.
You tend to do that often?
It's typical.
Yeah, why is that, dude? We gotta stop that.
In a hole while I was filming and trying to watch myself.
Trying to watch yourself.
Yeah, well, I like to know whether I'm like, dorky on camera, and so I looked at myself for 1 second and became a dork.
Well, there you go.
So we're hiking back, and we're seeing how Mel handles the big rig. What you got on the back of that?
I do it very well. I've gained strength, and on my yoga-ing.
Your yoga-ing?
My yoga-ing. So I've got a little bit more strength. You know what you do when you're in the field and you gotta pee?
What's that?
You find a bush and you squat and you pee. Unless you're a guy, then you can just flip it out. They're luckier in that sense.
Yeah, we are luckier in that sense.
We have to jeopardize our ass to a snake. You never know when a snake's gonna pop up and snap you right in the ass.
You're a trip, Mel. Hey, so we might find a track, right? So look, guys, we're on this trail that I regularly find Sasquatch tracks on.
Can you show me where this Bigfoot was?
We're not gonna shoot the interview thing
so amazingly clear, dude.
Okay. Are you packing up your camera?
Yes, I'm packing up.
You are? You know, you look very pretty today.
I do, because my lipstick looks just right.
Cut.
Our comparison, in the end, though rough, shows that the creature was much larger than I was.